Hello everybody. Welcome once again to the Chennai Retail Summit. I think I'll bring this down for the vertically challenged. You don't quite need this in front of you, right? I hope you will have a great day here today. Do make use of this opportunity to meet each other. Interact with other retailers. How many retailers in the room? That's a refreshing change. Because sometimes you have these summits and conferences filled with vendors and very few retailers. But here I'm glad to see it's the other way around. Please make use of the opportunity to interact, debate, and I hope you'll go back with ideas on how to do things a little different from what you are doing today. We sure are facing challenging times right now. This won't impact, right? If I can shut it down or close it down. I didn't want the screen something to happen. There is a climate of uneasiness in retail despite the potential available and despite the optimism we all share on the future and growth of retail in the country. Now, you can choose from a bouquet of reasons. On one side, you can say it's the economic slowdown. Some others might think it is the realignment between the huge, the big, the medium, and the small, which is a fact of life. It keeps happening. Or today's favorite is blame it on e-commerce. The truth may be a mixture of all of this. But the fact remains is what could each one of us as retailers do? We need to focus obviously on what we could do rather than external areas, even let's say the government. Government, we were just discussing the other day, takes its own time. Decisions which we've been at it for the last 30 years, 20 years behind, and it takes its own time happening. But despite all that, what we could really do is look inward and see what we can do to change the situation. With Raghu in front, I think I'll use this opportunity to say I need to thank him and the Shopping Center Association. It's like, I'm not talking about the sponsorships. It's like the OPEC days. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the 70s when the oil prices were going up sky high. The result of that was we ended up with real fuel economy cars, right? So thanks to the way the malls were charging on rentals, we've had to redo our model and really work on efficiencies. In our case, we had to make 6,000 square foot stores, reproduce that in a 600 square feet mall store. Now that's a challenge, which is as big as any you could think of. So the option with us as retailers is look inward. Right now, if I'm overweight, I can't quite blame on the buffet and the food options or even the fast food, right? You need to relook, re-examine, get fitter, and that's the only way to do it. I don't see it any different here. I hope today's sessions will help you re-examine and see this differently. Some of the aspects which I might like to highlight here is when it comes to the right leadership. There's no going away from that, whether it's retail or anything else. Dynastic successions has its own problems, not just in politics, right? It works everywhere else. And it